That's a great segue to this game. Alright, Doki Doki Literature Club. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience while playing this game. Well, video's over, guys. I told you. My mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. I don't like you. It is time to write a poem. Pick which you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. What does this mean? Where's Monika? Monika's gone. Where's Monika? Friends. Unending. Precious. Poof. Childhood. I think I got mostly Sayori.
Hi again, Phoebus. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
I don't like you. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Phoebus. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
No.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Hey! Screw you, Natsuki.
Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year.
Hey! Screw you, Sayori. I mean Natsuki, not Sayori, but her as well.
And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
I take all of you very seriously. Especially Monika.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
I'm sorry, what now? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. They're very similar words. I can't blame her.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back onto her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Phoebus always gives his best as long as he's having fun.
So I'm not going to be giving my best during this class then.
He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
I'm a really nice person.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. There we go. That's what I would have done. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Yep.
Alright. That makes sense.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Phoebus can become good friends too.
Oh.
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into.
Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori.
Me? Did you bring me anything?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? Eh? I'm sorry, Yuri, I just wasn't thinking.
I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Captain Social Skills. The ironic part is, he has none. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. I don't know why I've taken up this accent, but it just seems to be the least degrading. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. I don't. And we could, discuss it if you want.
I'm good. I'm not gonna read that line. She even picked out a book she liked. She thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. Into the trash it goes. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sarah and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man. Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
Probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is, the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual.
What's wrong with that?
But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. I got nothing. Thought someone was in here. They were not. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, no one will come in the first place if it's a literature event. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place.
Flyers.
And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds.
What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this.
That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes!
I agree.
Good thinking.
I will bring pizza.
Natsuki would love to do that. You're right.
You weren't even...
Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. Yay. That works out perfectly.
That wasn't why you suggested... That's what I said! Or why I was thinking it.
Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy.
Mine too.
Cupcakes it is, then.
I will bring pizza.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, we still need to wait, you just skipped over the fact that she said I'm hungry? You guys gotta have some leftover cupcakes.
Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself.
I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Wait, what? I said that. I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Yeah, could we at least start with some literature to keep me awake, please? Does their school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know?
I'll fit it in somewhere.
You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true, though.
Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
It's what I do best.
That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
I'm not convinced. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? 0?
It's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on. Please give me the benefit of the doubt.
You don't even get, no. Yeah, I can't even do that. No, you're not getting benefit of the doubt. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. It is. Sayori glances around at herself.
How's it written all over me?
You were clearly in a rush this morning. I don't see it. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Why? You'd be asking yourself? That's the exact same question I'm asking myself. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair's just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight. That's a pretty straight bow. I don't know about you. That's a pretty straight bow. And there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here.
Where?
I don't see it. I try to wipe off the stain with my fingers.
Nobody would ever notice that.
Yeah, but I did. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want you to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care.
Hey, you meanie.
And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's a weird topic to bring up at a time like this. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. No. 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 Get it off the screen. 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 Get it.
That's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing?
Because If I had a boyfriend, they wouldn't even let you do the things like this. You take care of me better than anyone.
I don't like where this is going.
So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez.
Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Fine. It's a deal.
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so.
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
Nope, that's not. No.
Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone!
Monica suddenly calls out.
Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Phoebus, I can't wait to read yours.
Yeah. Same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem.
By the way, do you remember to write a poem last?
I did! Yeah, here you go. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? I would say Yuri. I would say Yuri. Yeah, Yuri seems the most experienced. That's the reason I picked as well. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish her reading.
Oh! Sorry! I forgot to start Oh, well, there we go.
It's fine. Don't force yourself.
I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on.
Okay.
This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah, why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading
That's mean, even though I thought that myself.
No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. She's clearly not doing that. I couldn't help but notice that's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Not finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is possibly the most challenging part yet. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well,
Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glows bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Very nice.
I'm sorry I have such terrible...
No, it's that it's too good, is the way that I couldn't read it.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read.
Ah!
Yeah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. I don't think that. That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem.
Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
It was too long. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest.
That was mild?
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Phoebus.
Really?
Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
That is true. I didn't do any annotating.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their words.
They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that.
It's nothing, really. Well, makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Sayori. Yuri. Yuri. Your name is Yuri, not Sayori. Yuri. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.